So here is the menu system on the Creatista Plus. These are your first three drinks, the Ristretto, Espresso, and Lungo. Then you have flat white, cafe latte, cappuccino, and latte macchiato. You also have the ability just to steam milk, and then you've got the steam purge setting. Then you've got the maintenance setting, and this is where you can clean the steam wand, do a descaling, and then do an empty cycle. Empty cycle is if you need to store this for a long period of time or ship it. You remove the water reservoir and then you do the empty cycle, which basically just empties any water that might still be in the machine. And then the back button gets you back to the menu. Then we have the settings, and this is where you can change the language of the menus. The screen brightness can be adjusted here, and right now it's on mid brightness. So if I wanted to change that to make it brighter, I could change it to high or low. I like mid. Then there's a quick start guide which just walks you through some of the steps. Then there's a water hardness. Now they do include a water hardness strip with the machine. It's important that you run that with the water that you're using, and that will then you put that setting into the machine, and that's going to determine how frequently your machine needs to be descaled. Now descaling sounds like a terrible thing to have to do, but it's not a big deal. I don't use the Nespresso descaling solution. What I do is I just use white vinegar and water in a 3-to-1 ratio, so 3 parts water to 1 part white vinegar. I just fill the water reservoir about halfway through, and then I just continually make lungos with no capsule in there, of course, and that descales the machine. And then I run clean water a few times through the machine to get rid of all the vinegar, and that works just quite well for me. The reset button will reset all the custom settings that you've made to factory specs, and then there's the back button. So I did mention that you can customize the drinks, and let me show you how that's done. So let's just go to the espresso, for instance. Once you get to the drink that you want to make, you push the select button, and this will show you what options you can change. For the Ristretto, Espresso, and Lungo, all you can change is the coffee volume. So once you get to that setting, you just turn the dial, and you can increase or decrease the volume by a certain amount. The dotted line is supposed to represent the default amount, and as I showed you earlier, that's actually not giving you the default amount that it's supposed to, it's giving you more. So if that really bothers you, then you can reduce the setting in the espresso setting to get it, about where it should be. Now once you get to the milk-based drinks, it gives you several other options. So first we can go to the coffee volume setting, and I usually leave that right on the default value. But then the other setting is the milk temperature. When you first get to this menu, it's set to the ideal setting, which is the default setting, but I actually like my milk a little bit hotter. The ideal temperature, according to my instant read thermometer, was about 138. I would actually like that to be about 145. All you have to do at this point is turn the knob, and there's 2 hot settings, and then there's 4 very hot settings. Now I haven't actually measured the temperature for those various other settings, but I do know that the first hot setting gets me above 140, gets me to about 143, at least according to my thermometer, and that's where I'd like it to be. So I'm going to leave this on hot. But the other setting then is the milk froth setting, and this just lets you adjust it so that you can have a little more froth or a little less froth. So there's the dotted line is the default setting. When you can see the dotted line, that means your setting is below the default value. If you just move it so it meets the dotted line, then that's the default value. Then you just push the setting again. So that's how you make the customized settings, and those same 3 settings I just showed you are for all the milk-based drinks. Then for just steamed milk, you have the ability to change the temperature, and again, it gives you the ability to change the amount of froth. And then to get out of that, you just push it, or you can use the arrow button. So that's your look at the menu system on the Nespresso Creatista Plus. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll catch you next time.